Long ago, in very distant times, people and lands were ruled by kingdoms. It was a mythical time as wizards roamed the earth and dragons soared through the air. On many occasions, armies were dispatched on quests to gain more riches. No matter the brutal forces of nature, they marched by the thousands to try and claim the lands and gold of another kingdom. Battles would be fierce, as the price of life always seemed to be less than the price of gold. Yet always behind the lavish castle and the lush lands that make up a kingdom is the king or queen, with their treasure vaults of gold, silver, and bronze. It is gold that finances the armies. It is gold that drives the ownership of land, and it is gold that wields power over the people. Now we seek to recreate this quest for gold, land, and power with the creation of the game of acquisitions. Acquire a kingdom of wealth. Hello, my name is Lloyd Solar. In 2012, I produced a game called Mega Acquire. It was a re-envisioning and an enlargement of a game called Acquire that was created by Sid Saxon. I was able to produce 500 copies, and people purchased them in 48 states and 18 different countries. People all over the world have been able to enjoy the game of Mega Acquire. And now I am ready to make my next game, the game of acquisitions. The thousands of people who have enjoyed the game of Mega Acquire will still enjoy the game of acquisitions just as much or more than Mega Acquire. And those of you who love the game of Acquire, this is your next step. For the game of acquisitions, I have used some of the ideas from Mega Acquire, like the hexagon spaces and Lloyd's rules of Acquire, and blended them with ideas that were used in prototypes, test market games, and German versions of Acquire. But first, I must talk about the board for the game of acquisitions.
It's going to be a great board.
The board for the game of acquisitions is a very exciting, innovative arrangement that presents unusual game strategy. There will be 120 hexagon spaces on the board, making up 4 different quadrants of 30 spaces each. Each quadrant has spaces that are designated A1 through E6. The board has 4 A1 spaces on the corner and 4 E6 spaces in the center. Essentially, the players are playing on 4 different boards within one board. The game of acquisitions will utilize destination cards and buildings instead of designated tiles. Each player will hold 6 destination cards in their hand. When they decide to play a card, they place it in a discard pile, grab a random building from the pile, and place the building on the board. Because of the unique design of the board, if a player holds the B5 destination card, they have 4 different choices of where to play their card until the game progresses. Another player may play the B5 in the space you wanted before you get your chance. There will be 3 different sized buildings. Each one will have a hexagon base to fit into the spaces on the board. They will be natural colors with etched tops so that the players can build a unique landscape of kingdoms. The small buildings will be square. The medium buildings will be circular, and the tall buildings will be hexagon. Crest stones will be used to designate the different kingdoms, and they will be made to be able to be inserted into any building. There are 7 different kingdoms, and they each have a different amount of kingdom cards that can be purchased by each player. You have no idea who has majority in any of the kingdoms. There is a hierarchy of pricing for the kingdom cards, depending on the metal that is found in that kingdom. Value cards are provided to let all players know how much each kingdom card is valued at in the beginning and how much they are valued at as the kingdom grows or as they are taken over. Solon clan with 22 kingdom cards, and Watt's Castle with 24 kingdom cards have gold as their metal, and their kingdom cards start at 400 liras per card. Wizard's Den with 26 kingdom cards, Falcon Crest with 29 kingdom cards, and House of Kraus with 31 kingdom cards have silver as their metal, and their cards start at 300 liras per card. Draconian Tower with 33 kingdom cards, and Lion's Head with 35 kingdom cards have bronze as their metal, and they start at 200 liras per card. The game of acquisitions will use chipboard coins instead of play money. Each player will receive 6,000 liras to start the game. Players can purchase 3 kingdom cards per turn. There are 40 gold coins worth 5,000 lira, 60 silver coins worth 1,000 lira, 25 bronze coins worth 500 lira, and 25 copper coins worth 100 lira each. Well, thanks for taking a look at my project. Hopefully you end up with a game of acquisitions on your table. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Once again, I urge you to examine this investment and realize it will bring you rousing competition and great social interaction for years to come. Don't let the sun go down on you.